They said she couldn't. They whispered behind closed doors, "Women aren't made for this." Every doubt, every sneer, every raised eyebrow was a brick in the wall society built around her. But instead of breaking under the weight of their disbelief, she used it as fuel. Every no became a challenge. Every impossible became her mission. She stepped into arenas where women were told to stay away, shattered ceilings they said were unbreakable, and rewrote the rules. This is the story of a woman who refused limits, proving that courage doesn't care about gender. It only demands resolve. From the very beginning, the world had a script for her life. They said women should play small, speak softly, and never aspire too high. Teachers doubted her intelligence, peers dismissed her ambitions, and even some family members whispered that her dreams were too big. She grew up hearing phrases like, "You're not ready," "That's too dangerous for a girl," or the cruelest of all, "You'll never make it." But here's the paradox. Every word meant to weaken her ignited something inside. In those moments of doubt, a seed of rebellion took root. She observed, listened, and learned, not just to survive, but to prepare. She understood that the world's disbelief wasn't a barrier. It was a blueprint. She could see where they expected her to fail, and she plotted her rise accordingly. By the time she reached adulthood, she had already faced countless small battles. A sports competition she was discouraged from joining became her first taste of victory, the first time she spoke up in a male. Her first major test came in a place where women were told not to tread. Maybe it was a career field dominated by men, engineering, law enforcement, or a high-stakes corporate arena. Perhaps it was a sport, a profession, or a leadership role she had only seen on television. When she applied, people laughed or raised eyebrows. Her credentials, they said, weren't enough. Her gender, they whispered, was the problem. But she refused to shrink. She trained harder, learned faster, and outprepared anyone around her. Sleepless nights and relentless self-discipline became her allies. She faced ridicule in meetings, condescension in training sessions, and overt sexism at every turn. But she didn't fold. She realized early on that proving herself wasn't about proving them wrong. It was about proving herself right. Her first breakthrough wasn't glamorous. It wasn't applause or recognition. It was a small victory, a project approved, a goal completed, a record set. But to her, it was monumental. It became the first brick in the wall she was building, not a wall to confine her, but a fortress of her own making. Every step forward became a statement. Women could do this, and she was doing it better than anyone expected. Success doesn't arrive without a storm. Once she started breaking barriers, resistance grew stronger. Critics, who had ignored her initially, now actively sought to undermine her. She faced sabotage, whispered betrayals, and moments of intense self-doubt. Even those who initially supported her questioned her choices, afraid of what her success might stir in the rigid structures around them. At this point, she realized something crucial. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. Every setback became a lesson. Every insult became a spark. She learned to navigate politics, negotiate authority, and command respect without surrendering her integrity. She became strategic, not just ambitious. The world was no longer a place to prove herself. It was a chessboard. Every move was calculated, every step deliberate, yet every action fueled by passion and belief. Her resilience inspired others, often silently. Women she had never met started following her example. Young girls, seeing someone like them succeed against overwhelming odds, began to believe. In this, she discovered another truth. Breaking barriers isn't just personal, it's generational. Every ceiling she shattered made space for someone else to rise. Her perseverance began to yield recognition. Awards, media coverage, and leadership positions came, but she remained focused on the mission, not the accolades. Her journey wasn't about proving people wrong. It was about demonstrating what was possible when determination meets talent. She created opportunities where none existed. She mentored others, built communities of support, and challenged institutional biases. Her success became a platform to amplify voices long ignored. And yet, despite fame or respect, she never lost the grit that had carried her this far. Every morning, she woke ready to face another challenge, to redefine the possible, and to inspire those who were told they couldn't. Her victories were profound, not just in the public eye, but in the quiet moments. The first time she broke a stereotype. The first time she earned respect in a male-dominated space. The first time someone said to her, "You inspired me to try." These were the true markers of triumph. The story doesn't end with her personal victories. The real legacy is the ripple effect. Schools, workplaces, and communities began to shift because she refused to accept limitations. Policies changed, opportunities opened, and perceptions of women's capabilities were challenged across the board. She became a symbol, not because she sought admiration, but because she lived authenticity. Her courage became contagious. Women who once whispered, "I can't," began to say, "I will." Generations that grew up watching her journey learned that the impossible was only a challenge waiting to be met. Her story is a testament. Society's limitations are temporary, but resilience is permanent. The world may say no to women again and again, but history remembers the ones who said, "Watch me." Her journey teaches us more than gender equality. It teaches universal truths. Fear is temporary. Doubt is fuel. Societal expectations are suggestions, not rules. To achieve greatness, one must embrace discomfort, confront criticism, and turn obstacles into opportunities. She also demonstrates that leadership isn't about dominating, it's about inspiring. Courage isn't loud, it's consistent. The most profound impact is made quietly, step by step, day by day. And the ultimate victory isn't in fame, wealth, or recognition. It's in proving to yourself that you are capable of more than anyone told you. Her life is a roadmap for anyone who has been underestimated, dismissed, or doubted. It's proof that when you refuse limits, not only do you rise, you lift others with you. In the end, she didn't just prove them wrong. She proved something far greater, that the human spirit, when unshackled by fear or expectation, is unstoppable. Every barrier she broke, every stereotype she shattered, every no she turned into fuel, became a beacon. Today, her story lives in the lives she touched, the systems she transformed, and the hearts she inspired. And this is the ultimate message. The world may tell you what you cannot do, but only you get to decide what you will do. Courage knows no gender, determination has no bounds, and resilience, true resilience, will always prevail. So when someone says, "Women can't do this," remember her story. Remember how she rose, how she fought, and how she proved that nothing, not fear, not doubt, not societal expectation, can stop someone determined to succeed. And remember this,